I don't ever take the time to ask myself any of these questions. Each day bleeds into the next, and no one bats an eyelash. But it's all okay. I'll just keep on
Oh
going.
yeah, a steamed melon pond. Guess I forgot to eat the lunch I bought. Delicious.
Again? You were obsessed with that bread.
Huh?
The melon pon? You practically eat them for every meal. Don't you get tired of the same thing?
This is Sumika Tokiwa. This is where I work, Enigma Games. Small game development company where we work on software on behalf of game publishers. Much of what we do is kept under wraps by non-disclosure agreements. My coworker here, who shows little care for NDAs, is Sumika Tokiwa. She works on a project separate from my team, but she is undoubtedly one of Enigma's top programmers.
And my dietary habits are none of your business.
She's cute though.
I enjoy the taste, but that doesn't mean it's my favorite thing to eat. I guess I just don't have a craving for anything else. Forget that, Tokiwa. Aren't you swamped with work? Should you be hanging out with me?
Don't worry. I just finished working on a huge block of code, so I wanted to pick on you during my break. Here you go.
Whoa, take it easy. You shouldn't throw things without warning me. Oh, it's coffee. Thanks.
What kind of psychopath throws coffee?
No problem. Huh. Looks like someone had a productive evening.
What? What makes you say that?
Your code. I can see the progress you've made on your monitor. 300 lines in one day is something to be proud of.
Hey, don't you have another project to work on or something? You can't just peek at what I'm working on over here.
Oh, loosen up. Who cares? We're both employees for the same company. As far as I'm concerned, my work can be an open book to you.
So who's the voice for Sumika?
Oh, her name is Jeremy Lee, and I was looking up roles that you might be familiar with. But off the bat, she is in a game called Date Everything, because that was her most recent thing. She's also Lucy from Fairy Tail. She's Saruda from the anime Boruto. Plus many more. She's been in Ghost Hunt. She's been in Sergeant Frog. She's, I think, possibly been in Shin-Chan. I could be wrong. She's been in a lot of things.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why they separate us into cubicles, right? What's the real reason you're over here anyway?
But I will say probably one of her most famous roles, because the IP itself, is she's Sailor Venus in the new redub of Sailor Moon.
Ah, okay.
I already told you. I just wanted to pick on you. Seems like our most recent spat left a good impression on you. I know you've got the skill to pull it together. But ever since she went missing, you've seemed totally disinterested in this project.
Have you played Shin Megami Tensei?
You're gonna have to be more specific.
The latest one.
3,000 of them.
Shin Megami Tensei 5.
I have not played the newest main game though. I played several Megami Tensei games, but not that one.
Oh,
yet.
and another character I know you'll be familiar with. She's Kenichi's sister from freaking Kenichi the Mightiest Disciple.
Huh.
You've probably seen the show, but not in English. But I just wanted to give you an idea of what, some of her vocal range.
Oh, yeah. I didn't mean to reopen old wounds. I just hoped you could understand.
It's a personal problem. I just don't want to talk about it. It's not your fault, so don't worry.
That's not what I meant.
I know a character you know her as. She's Manon from Street Fighter 6.
That's my girl? That's my girl Manon? Damn! She was my main until Akuma dropped.
Well, I thought I saw that and immediately went, yeah, he'd know who that is, so yeah.
Yeah, she's fucking great as Manon.
You don't seem to get it, so I'll tell you as many times as you need to hear it. This isn't your fault. You shouldn't have to shoulder that burden on your own.
Right.
Hey, I just realized that bread you like so much, I mean, Sheena used to buy those from the shop downstairs, didn't she?
She said
Yeah.
my name.
She loved them so much. She used to buy them by the dozen for the office.
Let me guess. Before you knew it, you were hooked. Sounds like some Pavlovian training.
Huh?
What's the matter?
Pavlovian training, huh? I barely noticed.
I think everyone's entitled to slip into bad habits now and then.
Woof.
We just passed a year since Sheena went missing, haven't we?
Yeah. Which marks a year since the World's Odyssey project ended, too.
Called it. World's Odyssey, sometimes abbreviated as WOD. WOD. WOD, really? For short. Oh, so like whoa. WOD. Okay.
Or
Okay,
wow.
Yeah, exactly. Over here we say whoa because I don't know why. But yeah. Like World of Warcraft. Anyway, Enigma staked the company's fate into developing a VR MMO program, which is short for Virtual Reality Massively Multiplayer Online Game.
You know, they're going really baby first game for this one.
Yeah, also, I'm pretty sure it's just massive on whatever. Much of its larger development infrastructure was put into place by the well-known corporation Aggle Inc. A few years ago, a game engine that they released made headlines. It was an immersive cloud-based system known as the Alice engine. Shina Ninomiya, a fresh-faced director full of imagination and enthusiasm, helmed the project, with her and the Alice engine confirmed.
Remember that name, by the way.
I do. I hopped on the project as the game's primary programmer, set out to make something never made before, a fully realized fantasy world.
A woman that'll let you have sex whenever. Oh. Well.
However, in the middle of development, the Alice engine began producing a series of bugs that were proving impossible to fix. To make matters worse, Shina Ninomiya, our fearless director, had suddenly vanished. We had no choice but to halt development for WOD.
There you go. Now you know. She's older, or if not the same age, as everybody in that group. So she is a grown-ass woman who looks like she's 14.
I know. I'm just saying the avatar might not be the same age. Like, it might just be her
What if it is, though?
creative
What if
character.
it is, though?
We'll probably see her in a flashback as a real person. We'll see. We made it to the alpha stage of the build, but the assets were immediately frozen, and Aggle froze their funding too. We heard it all. We knew that it couldn't be done. It was too much of a burden for a young girl to do by herself.
Ha,
I couldn't
women.
help but eat with anger. hearing everyone shift the blame onto her and whisper behind her
When
back.
things go south, it's easy to push the blame onto a newer employee, but you're beating yourself up too much for how you handled having her on your team. From my point of view, at least, you weren't that strict. I don't think she took the pressure badly either. Don't be so hard on yourself.
What the hell? Cut me open, why don't you?
It's practically written on your face. You're all, everything's my fault, or I'm so sorry, Sheena.
Leave me alone.
Hey, would you mind doing that face again?
I like her.
I do too. Akiwa puffed her cheeks playfully as she pointed her fingers towards my face.
What do you mean?
Come on, just one more time. I'll stop bothering you if you make that face again.
You make no sense. Just leave me be. If you won't, then I'll just go home.
Kaboom!
Yes!
I'm out.
What?
Wow, this looks like a middle schooler, in the first grade. But, okay, Lydia Nolan? Okay, I guess she's supposed to not be Japanese. Then, from out of the blue, something was thrown onto my desk.
Whoa, how about a warning first? Kind of pervy, don't you think?
Arta, I have the sample you asked for. I followed all your design specs, right? For a heroine-themed booby mouse pad.
I'm out. Okay. First off. The way she butchered his name was perfect, considering that she's supposed to be a foreigner.
Yes.
Right? She has an English name. Aratat, like, she somehow, even though they all speak English, she butchered his name perfectly with an English accent. It's magnificent. When I say English, I don't mean British. I just mean the language of English.
Not right now.
Wow. Did you ask the marketing team to work on samples for this? What a turnoff. Well, I guess considering our target audience, it shouldn't surprise me at all.
I think I followed your suggestions to the T, Arata. What do you think? Does it resemble Sheena?
The fucking stars in her text box. Anyway. This feisty woman is Lydia Nolan.
And now, I can say who she's voiced by. She's voiced by Sarah Ann Williams, who voices Uni in Hyperdimension Neptunia. She voices Ferris/Felix in the ReZero franchise. See that ReZero tie around. And she's also one of the sailors. I cannot remember which sailor of the Sailor Stars, which is the latest series from Sailor Moon. When I say latest, I mean like Sailor Stars was made in the late 90s, but we never got it in America in English because for some reason cross-dressing was taboo or some shit like that. And so we got it recently in the last 5 or so years. And she's one of the people she plays. She also plays Tifa in Final Fantasy VII Mission Abridged.
Oh shit! I knew I had heard her before. Come on, do me a solid.
Yeah, exactly. Also she is.
She's great.
So when we play,
I was gonna compliment her voice work, by the way.
yes, when we play other, when we play other Idea Factory games, there are certain voice actors that are always apparent. She is one of them. She is in most Idea Factory games. When it comes to dub work, she is very good, and she's also currently engaged, if not married, to the YouTuber The Twit Gamer, who I wish I could be him because A, the voice actress has an ass, which is made apparent by his comments, and B, he found her because she found him through watching a Let's Play of him playing one of the games that she was prominent in.
Damn.
Yeah, she was looking for a Let's Play to see if people were playing the game she was in. She found him. They met, through the internet, and now they're almost married. She lives with him currently in the UK.
That sounds like a made-up scenario.
It is the truth, though.
That's the kind of shit you see, like, someone make, like, a FMV video game about, just to, like, have it be real.
I want it to be real. Ladies, listen. Listen, ladies, if any of you voice actresses are single, and you want to hit your boy up, look, just put a comment, just say something. Look, I do not. We might not agree on everything, but a lot of you are fine. Some of you are married, so I'm not talking to you. But the ones that aren't married, hit your boy up.
If there's ever a divorce happening, voice actor for Lulu in Final Fantasy X, hit me up.
I have never heard this woman's name in my life. Paula Tiso. I don't know who that is at all.
Alright, Paula Tiso, hit me up if there's ever a divorce happening.
She might be dead for all you know. She literally could be a dead voice actor. I don't know. She also could be, like, old enough to be your grandmother.
Still worth it.
Alright, let's continue with this. Like I said, guys, I'll be naming off all the voice actors and what they do.
Yeah. This feisty woman is Lydia Nolan. She is Enigma's chief character designer. Her Japanese is so good that it's almost hard to believe that she's a foreigner.
Ah, yes, the English dub problem. They're speaking so good Japanese that I'm saying within English.
No, but actually, this is where I wanted to give credit to the voice actor. They somehow translated this in how she speaks, even though everyone's speaking English.
It's the little things,
I could
honestly.
tell this was the case with the character.
It's the little things. I'm assuming she is also a blonde.
Yes. And she's dressed she's dressed the way you'll see high school weeb girls dress when they think that Japan is like in anime.
Ah, so like a schoolgirl outfit, but kind of like a yukata.
Yeah, with long ass tails on both sides of the head that flow freely. Trying to think of character.
Yes, and she also.
Medicine.
Bro, can we not talk about the fact? Can we not talk about the fact that she had, Arita went, hey yo bro, can you make me a Sheena boob mouse pad? And they were like, bet, I got you fam.
That she's like the character designer on the team.
Yes.
She is a master of the art of conversation to the point that I can't keep up with how quickly she goes through internet catchphrases. She's a ball of passion who pours her soul into her work and her hobbies. It certainly shows.
Would you quit it?
You asked for this, Arta? Don't tell me that you used Sheena as a model for the heroine.
About that.
Jeez. And you even went ahead and got the right proportions for her bust.
Ah!
It's a little too flat-chested, isn't it? Nothing that can't be fixed. Just need to add some padding over here.
Okay, good night.
It looks like her, but it looks like a younger her.
Stupid Arta.
Huh?
Tsundere?
Look, her voice
Today was
actress.
tougher than usual. At least I've got this melon pond.
Look, the voice actress might be married, but man, she is a fine woman with a sexy voice.
A message? Let's see. Spam, spam, more spam.
Eggs.
Yup! More spam here. Huh? This is... Wait. This sender line say World's Odyssey MGMT? Subject just says, you've got an unread message. Should have turned the preview file on. Can't see what it reads inside, but it looks like there's an attachment here. What the hell? Might be a virus, so I shouldn't open it, but... Pretending to have worked on World's Odyssey just to send an email to someone who actually worked on the game is so stupid. Wait a second! That's when I put my mouse cursor over the sender's line. Email address being displayed was sheena@wad.com. This is from Sheena? Seriously? It was the test email for Sheena Ninomiya, the girl that had been presumed missing for over a year. I didn't care that it could have been a spam email or some kind of prank. Without a second of thought, I clicked it open. Why am I getting an email from her address? Huh?
Because you touch yourself at night.
Just as I saw, there was an attachment. I couldn't figure out with its extension what it was, but it was obvious that the file had been compressed. I tried my best to extract the compressed files with a few basic expansion tools, WinZip, but for whatever reason, I couldn't open them. You might need WinRAR. Even if I click it, it won't open. Is it a strange .zip file or something? Oh, it's the opposite. My man's trying to use WinRAR on a WinZip file.
Nerd!
I've never seen an email like this before.
Bro, he's trying to
Why is
open an
that
MP4 file.
Nah, it's a .wav.
Bro, it's a PNG of his girl getting banged by a dog man. I'm calling it now.
I think it's a .wav video recording in 124p.
There's like one person that will watch this video that will know what the f we just said.
Try as I might, I couldn't open the attachment. My brain was being pulled from all directions. First the sender line, now this attachment. Hey, even worse, maybe it's a QuickTime. Now that's the format you don't see anymore. Anyway. My frustration made my cheeks beat red. Wait, what? But there was nothing that I could do to open it.
I know you want to make Sheena's cheeks beat red.
What proxy server could this have come from? All of the servers should be down. I was at a loss. My next course of action was to access the World's Odyssey servers, knowing full well they were probably deactivated. What? You've gotta be kidding me! After we unplugged the server, the cache should have been emptied and deleted. How the hell is this happening? World's Odyssey? Hey, what's going on? Green's becoming erratic. It's buggy as all hell. This is bad. It was nowhere near this messy when I last touched it.
That's what she said.
How would any bugs be able to penetrate a firewall if the device is shut down entirely?
Penetrate.
What if I open up the control panel? Whoa, this is no good. These lines of code are totally jumbled. An entire year had passed since the incident. Disappearance of Sheena Ninomiya. Of course, we had reported her disappearance to the authorities immediately, but never had I been satisfied with how they chose to close the case. We were close teammates who had worked within arm's length for 2 years. We'd struck a fine friendship, and I'm sure that she'd agree. Sheena was wise beyond her years, but there were moments where her mind would drift off. The company had asked me to take Sheena under my wing so that not only would she be cultivating an understanding of our company, but she would also become an experienced professional, one that our company had planned on grooming to the highest echelon. Whoa, 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 buddy!
Remember, she's an adult. She's an adult. You can't groom adults.
When stresses from the job got the better of her, I noticed her slip. Fuck, I flipped that. When stresses from the job got the better of her, I'd noticed her slip over to the bathroom where I knew she'd cry by herself in the stall. However, it was always done discreetly, never getting in the way from her giving 100%. Her unbridled enthusiasm always surpassed our team's expectations, but what made her truly special was the sincerity in her work.
Question, how did you know that? You are a stalker, young man. You are a stalking motherfucker. You are a stalker, young man. Continue.
Either that or the company decided exclusively to have unisex bathrooms for science. I know because I spent nearly every day with her. Sheena would never, ever walk away from her job without an explanation. This game was her life, her legacy. It's hard to imagine anyone walking away from it without any care or remorse. There has to be something fishy behind her sudden disappearance. Nothing else makes sense. The police didn't share my conclusion and were more invested in the belief that she willingly ran off instead of something more nefarious. I mean, to be fair, if she's crying in the bathroom at work every day, that does up the likeliness of her, like, jumping from a tall building or something. You know what I mean? Like...
You're forgetting one thing, though. This is Japan. Bitch, you crying about your job?
Have that in mind. Japan famously has one of the highest jumping from a building statistics on the planet.
No, but what you don't understand is, they're not gonna make that correlation because, what? You're just a pussy for crying at work. Also, with all the programming, programming jargon, it made me just think of, our friend that we both have, looking at listening to this and going insane.
As Sumika mentioned, I've been feeling hollow ever since.
Bleach.
All I wanted was an answer. Something to make sense of the tragedy. I even thought that I could hire a private investigator, but both of her parents had passed away, and she had no other surviving relatives. For anyone else, that would have been enough reason to leave it be. But neither Sumika nor myself were willing to. Even as the two of us said about cleansing out her... What the fuck? Cleansing? Even as the two of us said about cleaning out her vacated office, we will find Sheena. Wait a minute.
I do declare.
It says there's one active player moving in the server. That's impossible. Maybe if I check the player log, I can see a screen name or something. Huh?
What? Balls
Count
Deep
name?
69. What?
Count name. Blaze 420 testicles 1313.
No, wait, it's... Oh, gosh.
No way!
It's Big Balls!
Account name, Sheena. Status, active. Last online 3 minutes ago. Sheena? Are you in there? My man's never heard of fan servers.
I've heard of fan service.
Not the same, but closely related. One will often inspire the other.
This is true.
Says Sheena. Oh, I must have collapsed from fatigue after trying to escape the palace. Sorry, Mizunashi. I fell asleep. Huh? Mizunashi? Being unresponsive again. Does that mean he logged out and hasn't returned yet? I'm in. Yes, it has to be. These are the plains of World's Odyssey. Right now, I'm sitting in front of Heartis Palace.
Would you say it's Kingdom Heartis? Or Heartis Kingdom? Anyway.
This teddy bear as bitch immediately brings a certain persona creature to mind. Anyway. Yo! Ah! You scared me! Oh, are you? I'm Mr. Enigma. I see. Your voice. Might you be Mizunashi? Yeah, it's me. Don't you recognize my skin? It's our company's mascot, Mr. Enigma. Of course I do. He's so cute. Why are you using another character's skin? Well, I figured that chatting with you might be difficult if it was just my voice, so I hoped having a visual component would help. This character gives me access to parts of the code that I can't normally touch. Admins use this skin to crack down on troublemakers. In order to help you, I'll need to be able to identify errors in the code directly. This way, I can make changes in real time. Didn't he already do that? Kind of perfect, don't you think? Tech savvy as always, Mizunashi. I think it's a terrific idea. There's one catch though. Because I'm an admin character, I'm not allowed to participate in battle. What? Don't stare back at me like that. Sheena says, I can't help it. I'm impressed by the level of graphical detail in Mr. Enigma. Thanks, nice of you to mention it. Alright, let's try and make sense of what we know at this very moment. Your name is Sheena Ninomiya. You are currently playing a game which you helped create. You remember that much, right? Yes? So about your body in the real world. Eh? Eh? What's the matter? You're blushing. Don't put it like that. It sounds so perverted. I'm more than just a body, Mizunashi. What? A body is a body. How else should I describe it? Oh. If you don't like me referring to you as a body, then how about true form? No, body is fine. Alright then, going back to the subject at hand. Judging by your responses, it seems like you don't know where you are. Why is that? I wish you could tell me. It's disorienting, for sure. This world feels more akin to reality than any other at the moment. If I look to my right or to my left, I see the textures of World's Odyssey's environments. I can feel the wind grazing my palm. Well, it's VR. Wherever you are, the real you should be wearing the white rabbit on your head. White rabbit? They're goggles that are optimized for games, which have what we refer to as the Alice engine. The primary selling point is that it induces a dreamlike state for its wearer. Reality becomes indistinguishable from VR. Dreamlike state. Maybe I can see for myself, huh? Are you sure she didn't meet Nominee?
Well, I mean, to be fair, White Rabbit, Alice,
I'm getting a lot of Sora Roxas out of this.
Alice in Wonderland.
I mean, Alice and the White Rabbit are both in Kingdom Hearts, to be fair.
Yeah, but they were from Alice in Wonderland, you douche.
The book or the movie?
Yes.
I swear, if she wakes up with a note that says "Thank Nominee,"
Then I will buy you a first-class ticket to Florida, and I will buy you an ounce of marijuana.
make that White Widow specifically. Anyway, maybe I can see for myself. Huh? Arata says, huh? What are you doing over there? I'm trying to find a way to remove my goggles. How do I take them off again, Mizunashi? Well, in order for the VR to work, the game requires all of your brain's conscious energy. You can't move until you wake up, really. Don't tell me you forgot. I'm sorry. My memory's still so hazy. Hazy, huh? One of her subconscious has trouble sorting her long-term memories with experiences he's made in the game. Sheena, do you have any inkling as to when you first started playing World's Odyssey? Nope. Every time I shut my eyes and try to recall my past, everything goes blank. The one thing I do remember is coding World's Odyssey with you and the rest of the team. If I focus too much on it, I feel nothing except for dark, frigid loneliness. I mean, that tracks. She didn't have any family or friends. For a long time, I couldn't find anyone to talk with. My prevailing sentiment was that I felt scared to death. I see. Sheena, listen to me. In the real world, you've been missing for over an entire year. Missing? What? Is that true? Yeah. We immediately filed a missing persons report with the authorities. Tokiwa and I had initially figured that you were involved in some kind of incident, so we've taken it upon ourselves to search for you.
Tokiwa.
I should have asked you this right away. But was the reason to go missing of your own volition? I have no clue. It's tough for me to imagine how I got here in the first place, much less who's responsible for it. I see. We were worried sick, having considered all of the possibilities to a dizzying extent. If her resounding sentiment was, in fact, fear, perhaps she experienced some form of intense trauma that scarred her memories, making them inaccessible for the time being. I can't help but wonder what kind of incident might have left her in the state. Sheena says, you see, even with what I've retained of the real world, somehow it doesn't feel as tangible as anything I've sensed in this world. Sure, I remember sitting next to you with my cup of coffee, working on lines of code. But I remember the sights and smells of walking on a meadow in World's Odyssey just as vividly. Arata? It might have something to do with the Alice engine's artificial intelligence control kicking in. What? I have a suspicion that the game has identified you as an anomaly and is trying to erase you. Or it's trying to assume control over your character. But please don't tell me that! Just kidding. It's impossible for the AI to assume control of human consciousness as easily as I suggest. Why do you keep on hugging me? Because you're so adorable! Adorable? Come on! Huh? Oh! No! It wasn't like that. I was talking about Mr. Enigma, not you, Mizanashi. Don't worry, Mizanashi. I don't find you cute. I wasn't fishing for compliments. For her to do a 180 so adamantly is disconcerting on its own. In any case, let's focus on logging you out of here so that you can wake up in the real world. Something unnerving is afoot though. That enormous hole in the sky has unleashed a chain reaction of bugs all over this game. I see. So the hole in the sky was a bug? Where'd it go? Where did what go? I've been trying to access the Master UI panel to initiate a manual user logout, but the menu is nowhere to be found. You must be mistaken. There's no way that's possible. Wait, you're right. I can't perform the function on my end either. Do you think the bugs have something to do with it? We can't rule out the possibility, but our predicament could be more dire than we had originally anticipated. Meaning, in the same way that our names were somehow blacklisted from the in-game chat function, I see other signs of third-party tampering in our code. Are you telling me that we've been hacked? Well, that's my guess. Even so, whoever it is, this person is in the know enough to identify the main programmer and the director of one of our unannounced titles. Blacklisting two of the key developers for this game before its release is a little suspicious, don't you think? My hair's standing just thinking about it. I mean, given that the World's Odyssey servers are running when the project was halted over a year ago is a major red flag. So long as the source code is vulnerable in someone else's hands, we need to log you out as soon as possible to bring you back. But how the hell am I supposed to escape this world? I have no idea where I am, how I got here, or how to log out. Wait a minute, what about that failsafe function? Remember? The ending engage? What? You're right, I totally forgot about that. The beautiful thing about World's Odyssey is that despite being an MMORPG, there's a definitive end to it all. I wanted the players to return to reality and share awe of what they saw, an experience unlike anything they'd ever seen before, right? Our wish was for our designs and stories to inspire gamers in the same way that we were inspired, breathless and ecstatic. Yes! I can't help but feel frustrated that, for now, this is our only option to get you out of here. But for the time being, it'll have to do. So, let's head to the penultimate world to destroy the final boss and catalyze the ending engage. Got it! Alright, I'm starting to feel like myself again. If I can clear this game and log out, then I'll wake up in the real world in no time. I can finally see Sumika and Lydia again, and you too, Mizanashi. Right, I'll be right beside you until the very end. So don't you worry about a thing. Our next destination? The mystical sky capital, Odyssea, right? You know the way there, right? Of course! I helped create it after all. And then I obtained an item called Antidote Enemy for some reason.
In order to reach Odysseia from Hardis, we'll have to travel to Sturful, the kingdom by the sea.
Then let's part ways for now. While you head there, I've got some investigating to do on this side.
What? You're leaving already?
Oh, Sheena, I'm gonna give you one warning for while I'm gone. Don't die, alright?
Huh? What do you mean?
It's a miracle that the server can run at all. The world is swarming with so many bugs that it's impossible to parse through the code. In fact, I'm holding my breath as I speak with you under fear that our connection could be cut off at any second. If you're ever killed in battle, or if you jump to a save point prematurely and hit the load function, there's a chance that it'll send a faulty signal to the server, which can reset our cache and disable our communication. Once we're cut off, there's no guarantee that we'd be able to connect once again.
In other words, I would have to navigate my way to the end of the game on my own.
Yes, I implore you to use extreme caution while you're in-game. By your own estimate, this game should require a minimum of 50 hours to clear the main storyline, right?
Well, if we include breaks and potential side quests, then it could take far longer.
Is this game just being meta?
I love that she's like, well, what if I do side quests though? Why would you want to do side quests if you're trying to get the fuck out?
While you're in there, you'll have to complete all the necessary side quests to access the true ending and initiate the ending engage.
Got it.
It'll be a pain in the ass, but being thorough while we can't access the manual logout screen is our best shot at the moment.
Got it. I'll do whatever it takes.
Cool. I'm gonna analyze some asset files for Odysseia and get back to you. In the meantime, you won't be able to reach me. Sorry.
It's fine.
Don't look so worried. I'll have my laptop on me the whole time. I'll be checking in on your progress as often as I can, okay?
One thing. What would happen if your PC were to enter sleep mode? Would that cut off our line of communication too?
Is this your sly way of asking me not to let my laptop enter sleep mode? You worry too much. Anyway, I'll be on my way. See you later.
Oh. He left.
Listen, Sheena, would you rather his laptop reach sleep mode? Or would you rather it overheat and start melting? Just saying.
Jeez, that guy really travels to the beat of his own drum. Someone could use a lesson on how to treat women.
I looked at the palace. Bad memories came flooding back to me, and I ran back outside.
I'm so sorry. It was not my intention to startle you.
That voice does not match. I'm looking at a grown-ass woman, and that voice sounds like a little girl. Alright, anyway.
Wait, aren't you... this girl? Looks like the one in that torn painting inside of the palace.
Also, the bug next to her kind of looks like the fucking thing you gotta catch in Quidditch in Harry Potter.
I would not know.
It's like a gold ball with like bug wings. It's like they put a mouth on it.
Oh, I'm sorry. You scared me. I must apologize for approaching you like this. My name is Lily Hopes. What? I recognize her. Lily was an NPC that I created to serve as a guide for new players. I don't remember her wearing this outfit in her original design, though.
She kind of hot though, right?
Yes, and she looks like a striker in DNF.
So, this is Kira Buckland. You would know her voice, she is Beatrice in ReZero. Again, ReZero connections. She's Kuki Shinobu in Genshin Impact. She's Manat in Street Fighter V. And funny you mentioned Nier Automata, she is also 2B in Nier Automata, as well as Talim in Soul Calibur 6.
Hey!
And to tie it back, she's also Aerith in Final Fantasy VII Mission Abridged.
Oh shit! Okay. Yeah, Aerith was great in that. And also, my main exposure to her is definitely FF7 Machine Abridged. Whereas Manat, I thought was one of the best newcomers in Street Fighter V. And Talim, I sub Talim because I always make like Heihachi and nothing but a Fundoshi, like in Tekken 4 to troll people. So I've used the Talim playstyle a lot, which also means when I don't get to use a custom character, she's like one of the 3 characters I'll use. So, yeah, I've heard her voice quite a bit.
Yes.
Alright, sick.
Oh, she's also Honoka in Dead or Alive 5.
To do with this? Wait a sec. She has a buggy just like I do.
I don't know.
I'm Sheena. Sheena Ninomiya.
Yeah, I'm aware of Hanukkah and the Away Fuck.
Yeah, I just wanted to point that out as well. Anyway.
Might you be the princess of this kingdom? Huh? Yes. As you said, I am Hardis's princess. Currently, however, I am one of its most wanted criminals as well. Criminal? I was locked behind bars in a cavernous cell, charged and imprisoned for assassinating the queen. Now that she mentions it, I remember writing this dialogue for her backstory. I somewhat regret being responsible for the struggle she's faced. But in reality, you're as kind as a gentle ray of sunshine. A stern, selfless woman who is beloved by all, whom I know would never do such a thing. What? Oh, I'm not from this kingdom, but that's what I've heard about you, Princess Lily. Please, Lily will do just fine. Understood. Lily it is. I can't help but express some relief to hear that. It has been some time since anyone has referred to me as a gentle ray of sunshine.
What's interesting to me is that the voice actress for Lily played Talim in Soul Calibur, and then you have Lily in Street Fighter 6, which is literally just, let's put Talim in Street Fighter.
Ah. Also, I
The
remember
whole
another
wind thing and speaking with the wind and sensing the wind and all that shit, yeah, that's Lily.
Oh, well, isn't she like T-Hawk's daughter or something?
No, they're from the same tribe.
Ah.
She does have a lot of moves akin to him, but she has like Talim's wind stuff on top of T-Hawk's moveset, and she holds these clubs to extend her reach because, you know, she's a shouty, so she would be an unplayable grappler if she didn't have clubs to extend her reach.
Ah. Well, I remembered another role this voice actress does that you probably haven't heard, but you know the character. She's Jolene in JoJo's.
I've heard English Jolene.
Yeah.
Alright, that's interesting.
Yep, she has a little bit of a range to her.
Ah.
Shareplay will die
Wait,
soon.
correct me if I'm wrong, but were you just escaping from the palace? Yes. Why do you ask?
Did you see my father? The King of Hardis? I wish to know what became of the king and everyone inside the palace. Please, tell me everything you know.
They did.
He
He
was
fell down some
having
stairs.
a nice cup of tea, but did not wish to be interrupted. Yeah.
He fell down some stairs.
No, he was just reading from a joke book, drinking tea, wishing to be alone. Yeah, that's it. That's all. Yeah.
Also, something about a
After
cracker.
all the cruelty she's faced from her sentence, she still expresses concern about the king and his warriors.
From what I have gathered, the king has been amassing guards in order to counter the growing threat of deranged martyrs around the kingdom. However, many of those who flocked to heed the king's call never returned to tell the tale. I have tried fruitlessly to enter the palace to see it for myself, but entering as a fugitive is close to impossible.
So I'm gonna assume he put out that call before he went cray-cray.
Possibly. If we're to believe that this was in her backstory and they're just following the story, then yes.
Exactly. Like before he got bugged.
I humbly beg of you, tell me what you saw inside of the palace. What became of the king and the men in his command?
I'm afraid you won't like what I have to say, Lily.
Devil may care, I must know.
I thought it was cry.
Okay.
I wandered into the palace because I heard that the kingdom was in need of guards.